Hey everybody, I have been avoiding the internet for as long as even before the episode aired. I decided to shut it all down. Shut it all down. I ain't not looking at anything because this is the end of Better Call Saul. This is the finale, and the hardest thing in making a TV show or a movie or a book, writing a book, is the ending. Is writing a satisfying ending, and I do not envy any show trying to pick an ending that will satisfy people and will feel right. And for Better Call Saul, there's so many ways they could end it. You know? There's been some foreshadowing of a dark ending. You know? But, hey, there's always glimmers of hope for some sort of crazy happy ending where Kim and Jimmy go off to an island and live forever scamming locals, you know? That's kind of the funny happy ending. There's also the Jimmy gets caught and put in jail ending, which feels like a to be continued ending. I think a lot of endings will feel like a to be continued, or you know what? In 10 years' time, maybe they could. But if Jimmy dies, then that's pretty much. Then all we've got are spin-offs, or what did Kim do 10 years later? Where's Yule? You know? So I don't know what they're going to do. And I'm excited to get into it. I'm also sad that the show is ending. And I'm also scared about what the hell could have happened. You know? How could they end it? Jimmy is currently on the run. Kim is... I don't know if we'll see Kim, but Kim is... She went to Albuquerque and then she... I don't know. We didn't see her go back to Florida. I think the implication was that she went back to Florida, but who knows? I think Kim will always love Jimmy. She's not going to love Florida Man. Are you kidding me? Florida Man? She's never going to be happy in that life. So, even if she doesn't, you know, if her and Jimmy don't have a happy ending, I don't see her living in Florida for the rest of her life. That's not her. That doesn't feel like her, you know? But that's just my opinion. I've been rewatching Better Call Saul through Blind Waves channel. They're only up to the end of season 4 at the moment. So I watched everything from first episode of season 1 all the way up to season 4. And, the show's so good, you know? There's a lot of repeated elements. Like that Pina Colada song that I went on a little bit of a talk about last episode. That was in a previous episode when Jimmy's trying to take a video with a flag in the background. He's trying to convince him that the guy who wrote Pina Colada went to their school or something. Mike signed a birthday card with a cat on it, like Kim did in the previous episode. Way back in, I don't know, season 4? I watched them all back to back, so it's hard to pin down. But there's a lot of repeated elements, and as people were saying in the comments, the video, remember I was going on about how cool it was to see the colour in the black and white future through his glasses when he's looking at the Better Call Saul stuff. Yeah, that was in it before. When we first see him in the future and he's looking at his old videos. So they're so consistent. They know their show. They know their own show inside out. They know everything they've ever done, every word they've ever said. So that's why foreshadowing can be significant too, you know? You can read into things and go, "Ooh, that could happen. They set this up." So, look, let's get into it. I love the show, and whatever they do with the ending, that's not going to change. But I will give you my opinion of how they ended it when we finish, you know? We'll talk honestly about it. But before that, I want to just praise it. So, consider it praised, and we'll see what they do and how we feel about it. Suits. The classic.
And now, the series finale.
Oh. As long as he doesn't walk out into the desert. He hates the desert. Oh, remember this? This is that episode. Remember Lalo jumping down into that car? Remember I was talking about foreshadowing? Foreshadowing involves water. That's funny. That's funny. that is funny.
You're gonna make yourself sick.
Hey, this is a cool little place they found.
We're sitting on $7 million here. Literally.
Let's go somewhere about that, Mike. Let's do it.
Split it 50-50.
It's not ours.
Could be though. Could be.
Could be.
See?
Yeah, well, I know some people who would have a problem with that.
Yeah, and they would find us.
Take $6 million and build a time machine.
Oh, cool.
Where would you go first, huh?
Go to the far future, Mike.
March 17th, 1984. Day I took my first bribe.
Holy shit.
And then I go forward. There's some people I'd like to check on in 5 or 10 years. You.
Oh, his answer won't be as good.
Got $1 million left. And just stick it into Berkshire. Then I come back here.
Can't lose.
And I'm a billionaire.
Easy money,
Is there
Mike.
such a thing as a trillionaire?
Easy money, Mike. There will be. There will be.
That's it. Honey,
What else?
nothing you change.
No regrets. Mike's thinking about his son, and Jimmy's kind of in fantasy land. I love this scene with Mike. Great opening. The opening to this show has always been a bit janky. Go for it! Keep running, Jimmy. Never stop. Run over people.
It's a little car. Beige.
Suspect is hatless.
64.
Hatless.
Oh, please get it.
Oh jeez, she already has it out for him. He treated you well. Sure, he got your son into trouble. But he was always a trouble boy, you know?
This is Saturn Aura. That is correct. Saturn Aura.
Are they outside? Jeez. Is there a back way out? A tunnel? What's the contingency, Jimmy? I've been avoiding looking at the names, by the way, just in case. Out the back way. Where on earth does he go? It's a manhunt. Oh, he's got a hat. He thinks of everything. They didn't see you. Time to make that time machine, I think, Jimmy. It's your only chance. Oh, they're everywhere. I don't know where I'd go. Hide in the garbage. Till the heat's off. Oh, jeez. Nobody's seen him yet. Oh, he's hiding in the garbage. Hey, I know I've been calling a couple of things this episode, but that's funny. Also, this isn't the first time he's been in the garbage. When he was for the Sandpiper, when they were shredding files, he tried to find them. He went into the real garbage first to look around, discuss, and then there was like this recycling right next to it, with just a clean bag of it. Ugh. But anyway, he's screwed. He is screwed. There's no way out of this. I mean, there is, but you know, he's surrounded on all sides. Oh. But do you have enough money for that? Frickin' diamonds.
Anybody home?
They actually found him?
Hands! Now!
Jeez. Best cops ever. Holy shit. Well, there's no time machining or getting away now, is there? Who do we call? Kim? Bill? Who can he call? Ghostbusters?
Sorry, I wasn't in this morning. Did you open up okay?
Wow, he's calling the Cinnamon.
You're gonna need a new manager.
Yeah, he's not gonna be in for a while.
How they get you.
Is he gonna represent himself?
This is how they get you. You.
He's having a crawl space moment.
I need another phone call! Another phone call!
He has an idea. Yeah, Bill! I knew they introduced him again for a reason.
Trust experience, trust Oakley.
Trust experience, trust Oakley. I like that. You know who this is, right?
Yeah! I love it.
Saul? So they finally caught you.
Yep.
I am talking to Saul Goodman's new advisory council.
What?
You hit the jackpot.
Case of the lifetime.
Bang, bang! That's opportunity knocking. Get off.
He's selling it.
No matter who your lawyer is, you are screwed. Where do you see this ending?
With me on top, like always.
Hey, the happier Jimmy is at any moment, the more worried I am. So, my worry level is way high. But, great to see Bill took the case. That's something. What? Holy shit!
Money laundering.
8 counts, 20 years each.
They've got 13 lawyers.
Years, stat max. Life plus 190 years. I'm willing to extend a one-time take-it-or-leave-it offer. 30 years. Keep your nose clean, stay healthy.
You'll be out in
You have
15.
a shot at seeing daylight in your old age.
That's a good deal. They're not going to take it, but it's a good deal.
Listen, you've got Agent Schrader's widow back there. Why don't you invite her in?
Invite her in? I did not expect to see Marie at all.
They tell me they found you in a garbage dumpster.
Fitting, right?
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. My husband was the best man that I have ever known. And you helped the two-faced, poisonous bastard behind it all. You did it all for money.
Yeah, it's like the Mike conversation.
No matter what they do.
Why did he want her in here?
2 years ago, a man came into my office. He said his name was Mayhew. As I was leaving my office, I was attacked, and they drove me out into the desert. I was kneeling in front of an open grave at my head.
All technically true.
My introduction to Walter White. There hasn't been a minute that I wasn't afraid. They murdered 10 men inside.
Oh yeah, inside the
3 prisons. Throats slashed.
Put on
The
fire.
man was burned alive.
Yeah.
Walter White might be dead, but Jesse Pinkman and the others?
Yeah,
They're still out there.
Jesse's still out
somewhere.
There. Hey, this could work. What do you think, Bill?
And you think jurors are going to buy that?
He's a good salesman.
1. All I need is 1. Oakley tells me that you've never lost a case. Is that so? Should be proud of that. Still, juries, right?
Yeah, unpredictable. Unpredictable.
I'm hoping there's some wiggle room.
Look at this guy thinking about his career. Oh, look at this guy thinking about his unbeaten record. He's like, maybe we can... Do I really want to bring this to a jury? This case? He might even be considering, hey, how about we do a little bit of a deal under the table? I don't know. He's certainly thinking about himself. He's not thinking about the case. He's not thinking about the law. He's certainly not thinking about Marie beside him. He's like, I'm the undefeated lawyer guy. I'm the guy. This guy's threatening me being the guy. I can't have that. I've got an ego. Hey, now there's this door, this crazy door that's opening where Saul has got arrested. And he doesn't, he gets out. He sees daylight.
Not going to negotiate with this man. You're not.
We'll see. She doesn't seem ecstatic.
The government will move to dismiss counts 3 through 9 of the indictment, of 85 to 90 months imprisonment.
That's good.
In addition to any the court may impose.
That's like 7 years.
7.5 years.
Yeah. What do you think?
FCI, Butner Low. It's a great location. Very nice weather.
He's so relaxed.
This is an actual request?
Give you guys half a chance, you're gonna throw me into Gen Pop in some hellhole.
FCI Butner Low Wing
Oh,
D.
you got
Wing
it.
D. As Steve Jobs used to say, one more thing.
A Columbo?
Bluebell mint chocolate chip ice cream every Friday for the duration. Hold on, I can oil everybody's locks.
No more games.
Now I got a sweetener. Concerns a prominent Albuquerque attorney
Howard.
who disappeared.
He's trying to sell us the Hamlin thing.
Kim already did that.
He thought he really had something.
Kim Wexler walked into the Albuquerque DA's office last month. She spilled her guts about Howard Hamlin.
You got nothing left to sell.
7.5 years. Maybe he gets out a little earlier. That's okay. Does he have a bunkmate? Hey, we're in color. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
You wouldn't happen to have a pocket knife or a screwdriver in one of those bags, would you?
No.
I do. Over there. Can I throw them into my TV?
Come on. There we go.
Did Bryan Cranston really shave his head? It looks real.
What would you do if you had a time machine?
Yeah, the time machine question.
Time machine. The kind of time travel that you're thinking of
It's
is
impossible.
a scientific impossibility.
Humor him.
There's got to be something you'd go back and change if you could.
Oh, so many things. He'd go back. Well, if he was thinking along the lines of Saul, for the money, he'd go back and he wouldn't sell his stake in Grey Matter Technologies. Easy peasy. He'd get all the money he has right now with none of the blood on his hands. He'd get the happy ending. And, he would get the family and he'd get everything else along with it. Maybe. Butterfly effect, things can change, but... So that's my first thought. Also, this is great. Hey, when they first had Walt and Jesse back, they were wearing their... Like in El Camino, it looked like he had the world's largest bald cap. But this looks real, And like it was filmed at the time, and we just never got to see it. The Kim thing, Kim coming in and confessing and all that stuff. Whilst Saul doesn't have as big of a bargaining chip as he thought he had, they did still need somebody to corroborate her story and all that. A witness, and there is still stuff Jimmy can bring to that, right? Still something valuable there. But I don't know.
If you want to ask about regrets, just ask about regrets and leave all this time-traveling nonsense out of it. My regrets. When I was a graduate student, I started a company with some... I thought they were my friends.
Best friends forever.
Our goal was to commercialize discoveries that I had made. But little did I understand that they were artfully maneuvering me into leaving my own creation.
That's what he thinks now.
So you started a company. Is it still around? Is it successful?
Very.
We could have done something with this. Wrongful termination.
Oh, yeah.
Intellectual property.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have been the last lawyer I'd have gone to.
Don't say that to him. Come on.
Yeah. 22, I pulled a slip and fall outside Marshall Fields. I did. I biffed it so hard I heard a crack. My knee's never been the same.
A slip and fall.
Yeah, that's how I put myself through bartending school.
So you were always like this?
I love these two, the two main protagonists of their own series, having a conversation in the finale. So good. What is this? Where are we flying? Is he still in custody?
Bill, she confessed. What's the DA gonna do with it?
Most likely they sit on it. Permanently. Her problem's not the DA.
What then?
Hamlin's widow. She opened herself up to a civil suit. The widow can take her for everything she has. Mrs. Hamlin's out lawyer shopping as we speak. Not that she bothered to call me.
But you're the best one, Bill.
I'm going.
Although he's a defense attorney now, not a, prosecuting one. So she wouldn't call you. Oh, the plane's going down. It's fine. It's fine.
The Hamlin thing, the government doesn't know the half of it. I want you to tell the other side that I've got more to trade.
Well, is bound to jam Kim up if it involves her.
Oh, it involves her.
I hope he doesn't do anything to hurt Kim. Oh, she went back to the Sprinkler Corporation.
Josh has a twin, isn't he?
Place.
Oh yeah, Middle Eastern place, the one over on Wickham. Top something?
How can anyone live like this?
Hey, Tammy. I'm leaving early. Can you let Ricardo know?
Sure, no prob.
Thanks.
I won't be back. This stupid place. Pictures of sprinklers on the walls. What you doing here?
Okay, I'll see you Thursday.
She's giving free legal advice to people. You know, it's like what Kim always wanted to do. With her pro bono stuff.
There's no charge. All our services are free.
Actually, I'm here to see if I can volunteer.
Can you answer a phone?
Sure.
Then there you go.
She's a great lawyer, though. You don't know. She's a great lawyer. Finally, something that doesn't bore her to death,
Kim?
Yes?
This is Suzanne Erickson. I want to make it clear this call is completely unofficial.
Suzanne.
Saul Goodman. He was arrested in Nebraska. He's giving testimony that affects you, personally.
What is he going to say? Look, at this point we've got two options. Jimmy's going to throw Kim under the bus to get a better deal. Jimmy's going to throw himself under the bus to get Kim to stop from Kim getting any of the heat. That's it. Nice. Nice, Jimmy. Looking good. Look at the way that guy's looking at him. He's had enough of his shit. Oh. First time they've seen each other in years. She's doing her trademark.
It's showtime.
AUSA George Castellano. Elizabeth Nouriani, trial attorney from the Drug Enforcement Section of the Department of Justice.
We're both undefeated.
AUSA's Sarah Braddock, Neil Patel, and Hillary Park.
And we got 17 more lawyers.
However, I have reviewed the government's sentencing recommendations and I have questions.
I'm worried she could increase it.
And for these offenses, the government's sentencing recommendation is 7 years.
And ice cream.
If I may say something that I think will help the court fully understand the situation.
You are the beneficiary of the most generous sentencing recommendation I've seen in 22 years. Of any statement you make imperils that recommendation.
I'm very aware of that.
I'm worried.
I think I can save the court's valuable time.
Showtime. Bill, have any idea what's coming? Nope.
2 years ago, a man came into my office. He said his name was Mayhew. That night, as I was leaving my office, I was attacked. And when they pulled the hood off, I was kneeling in front of an open grave with a gun pointed at my head. I was terrified, but not for long.
Ooh.
That night, I saw opportunity.
He's telling the truth.
My every waking moment was spent building Walter White's drug empire.
Your Honor, we'd like to request a recess.
No, we do not
My
need
client
a recess.
is drunk.
We are satisfied for Mr. Goodman to continue.
Your Honor, I'd like to petition to withdraw from this case.
Denied.
Bill wants out.
I lied to the government about Kim Wexler. I just wanted her to come here today. I wanted her to hear this. I didn't witness any of the murders, but I damn well knew it was happening. I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money. I lied for him. If he hadn't walked into my office that day, Walter White would have been dead or behind bars within a month. And Agent Schrader and Agent Gomez and a whole lot of other people would still be alive. What happened to Howard Hamlin? It was... I can't even... And my brother Chuck.
Oh, beautiful.
He was an incredible lawyer. I could have tried harder. I should have. I got his malpractice insurance canceled. I took away the one thing he lived for. After that, he killed himself.
Taking full responsibility for everything.
And I'll live with that.
But that thing with your brother, that wasn't even a crime.
It was.
Wow.
I'm James McGill.
He just confessed it.
Your Honor, in
everything.
view of the defense, the government withdraws the sentencing recommendation and urges this court to impose the statute.
I can't even... It's hard to even speak about it, you know? Hey, where are we now? I see color. Oh, Chuck!
I was starting to worry.
I almost got creamed by a cement truck.
You know I could hire someone to do this.
Because you're my brother. You do the same for me.
I doubt it, but...
Well, you stay for a while. We could talk.
You want to talk about my clients? The granny who got picked up for soliciting inside a Christian Science.
Ooh, granny solicitation.
They deserve a vigorous defense like any other client.
Or maybe you just want to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
That's not what I had in mind. Jimmy, if you don't like where you're heading, there's no shame in going back and changing your path.
Time travel.
When have you ever changed your path?
We always end up having the same conversation, don't we?
I'll see you tomorrow, Chuck.
Ah, it's great seeing everybody again. A time machine! No wonder he suggested going back. Although the time machine, isn't that mostly about going forward? If I recall. Chuck's more of a Morlock. If you know what I mean. So how many years did he get? 176 years? In Gen Pop. There he is. What's he looking at? That guy knows. He can sense he's been looked at.
I know you.
Did you represent him at some point?
Better call Saul.
Hey.
McGill.
You're Saul.
Hey, it's Saul. It's the guy. I will pause it just to say one thing. Of all the lawyers to ever get sent into like Gen Pop, Saul is probably the one who's done the most for the people in there. You know what I mean by that? Of all the lawyers to get stuck with the prisoners, he's the least likely to get shanked. But hey, who knows?
Told you.
They all recognize him.
It's Better Call Saul.
Better call Saul.
Better call Saul. Better shut up. Call Saul. Better call Saul.
Oh, meanwhile, back at the Cinnabon. That's not a Cinnabon. This is prison Abon.
Saul, lawyer's here. I got you, Saul.
Oh, but is it Bill or is it Kim? It could be Kim. Conjugal visitation. How about that?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
No cuffs, please.
Had to be Kim.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
I like her hair. Like old times. It's like the first episode. Oh, great camera work, great coloring.
You had him down to 7 years.
He did the right thing.
Yeah, I did.
You know? For himself.
86 years.
Wow.
But with good behavior,
could get on 43.
Who knows?
getting freaking teary. Beautiful, beautiful scene there with those two.
I'm Bob Odenkirk, and I wanted to say hi. I want to say thank you to the fans of Better Call Saul.
I'll try not to cry.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm not finding the words I'd like, so let's pause it for a second.
I got to play Howard Hammond for 6 years, and the only
Oh yeah, the spinning thing. I still need to test that.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nah, they didn't put Brian at the start. Or Mike. Oh, great. They didn't put any of the spoilers at the beginning. I wasn't looking at the names, but I'm glad they did that. Hey. It was great. Genuinely. It's hard to put into words, you know? It's one of those endings that I'd say most people expected and predicted, that he's going to get caught and he's going to, you know, what better ending for Saul than to be behind bars? You know, it fits with... If he had gone out and killed a bunch of people, maybe you could say, hey, a better ending is for him to die. But, you know, it sort of fits his crimes in a way. But the execution of the whole episode, it's like I don't know, such a good farewell, especially they brought back so many people and had so many good scenes and had so many beautiful little touches. Like when Jimmy brings up Chuck in the courtroom. We film the scene with an exit sign in the foreground humming, just like the exit sign was humming in the scene where Chuck is on the stand and he's, you know, in that episode where he's testifying. It's such a beautiful touch, you know? And as I was saying before we started the episode, these people know their show inside out. They know everything they've ever done in the show. So they're the ones who can just construct something that is a perfect homage to everything they've done before. And having something that's that scene with Kim visiting him and them having a smoke together, you know, that just links back to how we saw their relationship start in the first episode of the first season. And the way they colored the fire, the light. It made me tear up. You know, yeah. Nobody cried in this episode. There was no shocking deaths or anything, but maybe it's because it's an ending and I hate endings. You know, I do get emotional with endings, but there was something beautiful about so many scenes in this final episode that's hard for me to verbalize properly. And I said before, it's really hard to end a show, to write an ending. But hey, never doubt them. Never doubt the creators of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Now, was there foreshadowing? There was foreshadowing about maybe Jimmy dying, maybe drowning. We saw a little clip in the start of season 6 especially, with one of his cardboard cutouts floating on a pool. But you know what? At the start of this episode, when we have that flashback to him and Mike, and Jimmy's like dunking his head into the water. Oh, that's it. That's for anybody who's thinking, you know, Jimmy could drown. He could drown. That's that moment. That's it. That's a little nod to that. You know? Oh, I laughed when I saw that water. When I saw him dunking his head into that water. I'm glad they didn't kill him off. But also, I said before that if he got put in jail, it would feel like a to be continued. But it's weird. I don't necessarily feel that. You know. You could say that, like, in a way it is a to be continued because he's still alive, he's still out there, but it's just, it's okay. It feels fine to never go back to that story again. It feels complete, you know? And Kim, I knew Kim could not, she's probably gone back to Florida to that life, but at least she's found some outlet into what she actually wanted to do. Even when she was a lawyer, like a proper lawyer, on the up and up, her real passion was just helping people with her pro bono work. So to see her go and help out at this volunteer place, this free law advice place, that's such a perfect fit for her. Great to see Bryan Cranston, great to see Michael McKean. They all had, and hey, Chuck is the one who gave Jimmy the idea of this time machine stuff about going back and course changing. And in a way, this episode was about Jimmy and his regrets. And you know, they wrapped up things that I didn't even know they were going to wrap up. Like Jimmy's regret over Chuck, never really addressed. He always put it on Howard. After Chuck died, it was always, you know, Howard did this. The second Howard let him get himself blamed, Jimmy took it. You know, he put it on him. But in this episode, he puts it on himself. And there's a beautiful line after his speech in the courtroom where he's sitting down and Bill's like, that wasn't even, what happened with your brother wasn't even a crime. And he was like, yeah, it was. It's like, Jesus, you know? So, yeah, I said I was going to be honest at the end of this. I'm sure there's people who, hey look, I'm sure there's always going to be people who didn't like how it ended. Any show. No matter how it ends, but for me, this ending really worked for me, you know? Jimmy getting away and living off the grid and having fun adventures, you know, that's the fun ending. But this feels like I don't know what to say. With a lot of shows, I have so many suggestions about, oh, they could have done this better, this is how this plot point should have been resolved in this way, this character was acting weird and shouldn't have been acting that way, and this is how that should have gone down. With this show, I feel like the creators are like so far above me that I'm just sitting back and going, yeah, wow, yeah, I didn't think of it like that, or I wouldn't have edited it this way, but I see now why you did that, you know? I'm like, yeah, wow, of course. I wouldn't have brought Marie into it. I wouldn't even thought about Marie. And how she was feeling, and how Hank's death, and how Saul was connected to all of that. You know? And how if he hadn't helped Walt, none of all of that stuff would have happened. Because Walt was like almost an idiot in the first couple of seasons. Barely scraping by. Barely avoiding complete and utter catastrophe. And Saul swooped in that first episode. And he took charge of situations. He fixed situations. He gave him the best advice. You know? He kept it all running smoothly. He solved problems. Yeah. Bill. He called Bill. Of course he did. We saw all our favorite lawyers in this one. What was her name? I can't remember the other one's name. But her and Bill were the two main antagonistic lawyers. And the Kim thing halfway through, when he's like, I got more. I can. He worked it down to 7 years, and you're like, oh, what's he going to do? You know, his brain is working. He could throw Kim under the bus and get it down to 3 years, or he could stall his way out of it. But he just wanted her to see. He was just messing with them, so that Kim would turn up, and he just wanted a friend there and someone who knows him. And I love their look at the end. And I love the lawyers, the undefeated lawyers. No, please, keep speaking. Judge, if you will just let him keep speaking. Please, thank you. And Bill's like, could I not be a lawyer anymore? Judge, will you allow me not to be a lawyer? That's so funny. Bill. And as I said, hey, of all the lawyers who could get chucked into Gen Pop, he's the one. And they showed that on the bus. They're like, hey, it's Better Call Saul. You know? Criminal lawyer. I almost don't want to finish talking about it, because then it'll be done and it'll be over officially. But I guess we should. There'll always be things to be talked about. You'll see videos deconstructing the entire show. You know? Everybody got so much closure. You know, Howard, Chuck almost got closure, you know? And sure, maybe we'll be like, what happens then? What does Kim do? But we kind of know what Kim's going to do. Great finale. In my opinion, superb finale. These people are artists, you know? And I loved it. Right. Goodbye. You won't see me next week, obviously, because there's no more Saul, but I know there's new shows starting. Like, there's a new Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, there's a new Star Wars one, there's a new... What's the other one? What's the other third big one? Lord of the Rings. I don't know which of those three, or any, or all I'll be watching. If there's any you particularly enjoy, I'll let the people who watch Better Call Saul weigh in, if you've actually waited till the end of this video. Because I'm not sure which is even going to be any good, you know, compared to this show. None of them, probably. But I always like to watch things that are happening right now, along with the older stuff. I'll be starting Star Trek, the original Star Trek. I watched the pilot the other day, and that'll be up on YouTube this month. And we're watching Charmed. You ever see Charmed? So I'll be doing 60s, 90s, 2020s, the hottest new hits of TV, and with the odd movie thrown in. So stick around. If you've liked my reactions, stick around. And we'll have some more fun with other shows. Great finale. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed lots of your comments. I've been reading all of them. All the theories. And yeah, I think they delivered. What do you think? I thought it was very emotional. And I'm very happy, very satisfied with it. And he jumped in that garbage when I was like, jump in the garbage, Jimmy. Until the heat is off. Those cops, what were they? They freaking, how did they know he was in there? They must have been, I don't know, the chopper must have seen him. Or maybe there was the little hole in the wire fencing that was right next to it. Maybe they were like, oh, he must be in here. Or maybe it was him shuffling around looking for his diamonds. Such a good episode. He was down, he was out, he was at his lowest point. And then he kind of ascended. He did his Saul thing. He talked him down from 1 billion years in prison to 7. The best deal anyone's ever gotten for such a magnitude of a crime. And then he's like, you actually bought all that shit? Here's the truth. For my conscience, and for Ken, and for my regrets. And, Hey Jimmy, maybe 7 years was, maybe stick to the 7 years. I don't know. Could he have done double jeopardy? Could he have told them all the truth afterwards? I don't know. Do you think he gets that ice cream? Probably not. He'd probably share it with the guys anyway. Right, I'm out of here. Great having you around. And I will see you for something else.